Hi yogis, I'm Jade and today we're going to be practicing a prenatal flow. So you can do this if you're in your first trimester, second trimester, even your third trimester up to delivery. So just be sure that you have 2 blocks and also a nice sturdy bolster or a pillow, just something that's a little bit thicker and sturdy for you. And I'll meet you on your mats, find a comfortable position. So you can either have your legs out in front of you, you can be cross-legged, you can have your legs just feet to touch and knees out, whatever feels good to you. I do know that, during pregnancy that comfort changes day to day, so just find what works for you today. And I'm going to start on my bolster. So I do suggest having your hips elevated if you're going to be cross-legged, or no matter where you are, if you're sitting, to stay elevated. So I'm going to start here in Sukhasana with my legs crossed over each other, just a cross-leg pose. And my sitting bones, my hips are open, my sitting bones are pressing evenly into the bolster. Deep inhale, lifting up through the center body. I'm going to bring my hands to heart center. I'm just taking the first few moments just to connect with the breath and just finding yourself, just bringing yourself into your body. And deep inhale, rerouting down through the sitting bones, lifting up through the crown of the head. Pulling baby into the body, nice and firm. Nice full embracive inhale, expansive. Breathing into the belly, into the chest. Nice slow controlled exhale. Just keep breathing for just a moment. Just find this breath. Inhale, lifting up. So think of the inhale as creating space. So we're rooting down, lifting up through the body. So we're creating space in between the vertebrae, finding our natural alignment. So we want to make sure that we're not just letting the baby just pull us forward and dump into our lower back. We want to draw the baby in, firm our belly in just a little bit, lifting up through the spine, drawing the shoulders down, then letting them just settle back, creating space in the neck. And then exhale, softening the ribs. So lengthening with inhale, softening with the exhale. Very centering. Deep, full, expansive inhale again. Nice and slow and steady. Followed by a soft, controlled exhale. Open mouth. Just noticing how we feel. Knowing that in pregnancy we do often go through many changes, and sometimes these changes can be a little bit frustrating, maybe sometimes anger us. And it could be anything from, just your sleeping routine to your daily routine, just walking, just how you talk, how you move. During exercise, sometimes you can't do certain things, and even eating, we have these cravings that are just beyond us sometimes. So just allowing yourself to notice these changes and what they are, and what the thoughts are, and how your body sometimes you can feel aches and pains in certain areas. So let's just focus on that. Let's just notice them right now, and notice it, and then just let it pass. Just noticing the thoughts and letting them soften, making sure that you can find comfort, a little bit of comfort in your body, moving side to side, just wiggling around. This is your time to feel yourself. It's okay to move around. We're all different. Keep breathing, deep inhale, maybe finding our ujjayi. So ujjayi is a deep inhale, so we're breathing through the nose. And as we exhale, I'm going to breathe through the nose, exhale through the nose, constricting the back of the throat just a little bit, so creating just a very soft, whispering, subtle sound. It's almost like the ocean. So deep inhale, exhale. Ujjayi can be very cooling. I do know that when you are pregnant, our body temperature starts to fluctuate. We tend to heat up just a little bit more than the average. And so ujjayi is just a really nice breathing technique to just cool the body, bring the mind to the moment, letting go of everything else, and just center yourself, cool yourself. It can be a little bit rejuvenating. Deep inhale again. Exhale, release the hands either to the thighs, to the bolster, whatever feels comfortable again. Keep lengthening up. Exhale, softening. Good. We'll notice that sometimes in practice when we're moving around, it's like the baby rocking to sleep. And so they tend to like it and settle and soften. And it's very soothing to the baby. Practicing can be very centering to mama as well. It's wonderful to build that strength and openness and cleansing the mind and allowing yourself to just embrace all these changes. And keep breathing, deep inhale, exhale, and just knowing that these changes that we come across in our body and our daily routines, it's okay. We have this little ball of energy growing inside of us, and sometimes that means taking away from our own. And so just know that there's a purpose, and instead of allowing it to cause frustration, which it's okay if it does, but just maybe centering that thought into that lack of energy, and that change is going towards growing this beautiful little baby inside of you. Keep breathing, deep inhale, exhale, and just embracing all the changes. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to come down very carefully wherever you are and come down onto hands and knees. So you can take your bolster and just place it behind you, close by. Actually, I'm going to have you place it behind you on your mat. So behind your feet, if you're in a kneeling position right now, have a little bit of space behind the feet, or between the feet and the bolster here. Let's come into tabletop, so making sure that our shoulders are over top of our wrists. We're pressing into the floor, rooting down evenly through the palms, so the knuckle palms as well, not just by the wrist. We'll strain our wrist. And then spinning the triceps back, so spinning the outer arms back, and then firming the arms in towards each other. So we're gonna feel activation in our chest here. Firming the belly up, so bringing baby up towards the spine, right? Finding our neutral spine. You can either curl the toes under to allow the feet to open, just cooling the feet, opening up the muscles in the feet. And make sure that your knees are under your hips. Just taking a moment, making sure that the neck is in line with the spine. We're not drooping it down or cranking it back, just nice and neutral here. Just take a moment to feel this alignment. Maybe moving around just a little bit. And deep inhale here. Exhale, letting it go. All right, so we're going to begin with just very subtle baby movements here. Just moving our sacrum around in circles. So you can find whichever way feels good to you. We're just moving with the hips, moving the sacrum up and around in little circles. So lifting up, drawing it down, nice and slow, rotating the hips, circulating the hips, rolling out the lower body. Just warming things up just a little bit. Nice and slow. Keep breathing. So I like to inhale nice and slow, one direction, all the way around, and then exhale the same direction all the way around. Let's go about 5 times one way, and then when you're ready, you can switch to the opposite direction, which sometimes feels a little bit funny, but just try to do your best. And just lubricating the hip joints, the sacrum, and the lower back. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, you can sit the hips back a little, come off the arms. I like to wiggle my shoulders out just a little. And then coming back forward, so back to tabletop. And then now we're just gonna wiggle the entire body. So the lower body, so our sacrum, and then we're just moving our shoulders around and our neck around this time. So just moving into little rotations like we're a wiggle worm. Keep breathing, deep inhale. Nice, slow and steady. Nice controlled exhales. Think about what you're feeling right now. If you feel any tightness anywhere, maybe you feel a little bit heat building up in the arms, the legs. Let's switch the rotation, which can be a little bit funny. Keep circulating. Good, drawing your attention to this moment, to the breathing, to noticing ourselves. Nothing else matters right now. We're just taking care of ourselves. which in turn takes care of baby. And when you're ready, come back to neutral. Let's move our shoulders side to side. So we're just going to sway it out side to side with our shoulders. Just a little bit of movement. About 5 times. Let's begin to rotate. So we're going to move our entire body in a nice big wide circle. So inhaling one way, and use the hips to move around as well. So keeping the arms straight, keeping the knees active into the floor, pressing into the palms. Keep breathing. And after you go 5 times one way, at the front, stop and rotate the opposite direction. Using the hips, big circles. Deep inhale, one rotation. And then exhale, the opposite rotation. Moving in the same direction. Okay, when you're ready, come back to center. Let's uncurl the toes and sit back. You can grab a block if you feel comfortable with a block. I like to place it longwise, so the longer portions facing side to side. You can open your knees up just a little bit if you're going to place a block, and then placing it where you're going to sit. Or you can sit down on your heels as well, bringing your legs together. So you're in a virasana here. So let's just find our neutral spine here. So we're pressing down wherever you're sitting, if you're sitting on a block or on your heels, just pressing down evenly, lifting the sitting bones up, or the front hip bones up just a little bit, drawing the sitting bones towards the floor, finding that neutral spine, so making sure that we're not tucking it too much or tipping forward too much, lifting up through the spine. Good, drawing the baby in, so we're pulling everything in, spreading the collarbone, lifting up through the crown of the head, so not the front but towards the back just a little bit, lifting up, rolling the shoulders up and back, maybe rolling them out a few times. Deep inhale, extend the arms out to the sides, so palms are facing up. Deep inhale, reaching up towards the sky, lifting through the side body, lifting through the crown of the head. Exhale, let's open the arms up and begin to twist towards the right side. So we're just using our core to twist. Deep exhale, nice and slow. So right arms facing back, you may be here, that's okay, just side to side. Left arms facing the left side. And deep inhale, extend the arms back up. And let's switch sides. We're going to turn towards the left side this time, extending the left arm out to the left or behind us, right arm in front of us. Deep inhale here. So we're twisting around the spine. We don't want to make sure that we're not bending forward, backwards to the sides, just nice and straight around the spine. We're twisting. A deep inhale, bring the arms back up. Exhale, palms face down. We're pressing all that negative energy, all those angry thoughts away. Good. Inhale, let's come back to our tabletop here. So we have the bolster behind us. We're in our we're in our Brahmanasana, so our tabletop position here. Remember, triceps roll back. We're going to pull those arms in towards each other, opening the palms up, and then just gripping with the fingertips a little bit, pressing evenly into the palms. Let's take a deep inhale here, finding your neutral spine. So drawing baby into the belly. Good, into the spine. Neck is neutral with the spine. A deep inhale, you can either have your toes curled or you can have it uncurled on top of the tops of the toes. So deep inhale, let's extend actually our left leg straight back. Good, knees are facing down. You can either rest it on the bolster or keep it lifted, but if you keep it lifted, make sure that you draw that left hip down. So we don't want to be opening to the left side. We want to keep our hips neutral towards the floor. And then go ahead and either extend your right arm out in front of you on the fingertips, or feel free to lift it. A deep inhale here to lengthen fingertips and toes away from the body. And then exhale, drawing the elbow and the knee towards each other, in towards the body. Deep inhale, extend it back, either fingertips to the floor, resting on the bolster with the foot, or lifting. And exhale, drawing it back in, creating a little bit of a roundness in the back. A deep inhale, extending it forward. Good, keep that left hip down. Exhale, drawing knee to elbow. Deep inhale, extending it up. Good. And then exhale, drawing it in. One more time. Keep pressing through that left hand. Inhale, extend it up. Maybe this time you decide to float. Exhale, drawing everything in towards baby. Good. Release the hand and the knee down. Go ahead and move the shoulders. Maybe sit back a little bit. Take a little pressure off the hands for a moment. Then realign yourself. Press into the hands again. So we're going to extend our right foot out to the right side. We're going to extend our left leg out to the back and then roll onto the heel, pressing into the right palm. We're going to roll over to lift and open to the left side, lifting our left arm straight up. Deep inhale here. So be sure that your palm is in line with your knee and knees in line with your foot, maybe about arch. We're pulling our sacrum into our body. Good. Lifting up through the knee, through the thigh, lifting the hip up off the floor, creating space. Keeping the neck in line, so don't let your neck fall. We want to keep it in line with the spine. Pulling the sacrum into the body. Exhale, maybe floating that left leg up. Deep inhale here. Exhale, lower. Lift up. Lower. Lift up. Lower. Lift up. Two more. Lower. Lift up. Lower. Lift up. Lower back down. We're going to press to open our foot just a little bit further away from us, extending our arms all the way up. So now we're up on our knee, on our right knee, lifting our arms up. Deep inhale here, opening up the inner thigh, so keeping that front quad nice and firm on that extended leg. Exhale, lower the left arm down very softly on the outer thigh and begin to reach with your right arm over the body. So our palm is facing down and we're reaching, allowing a little bit of softness in the arm. You don't have to be actively firming the arm, but just pulling, opening the elbow and the shoulder up towards the sky. Deep inhale here, keeping the sacrum into the body, allowing space in the right side body. Stay for the exhale, softening the ribs down, maybe hovering that left arm up. Deep inhale here. Exhale very carefully, roll to the right, releasing your right hand back onto the floor. You're going to begin to twist to place your left hand on the floor, lifting the back heel up, bringing that right foot back in line with the body. And then bring your knee back in. Deep inhale, let's do cat-cow. So drawing your sacrum up, lifting the heart up. Inhale, baby comes down towards the ground. Exhale, begin to roll the sacrum down, lifting baby and belly up towards the sky, pulling the shoulders away from the spine, pressing into the floor. Inhale again, lifting the sacrum up. Heart comes up, spreading the collarbone, pulling the knees, dragging them away from each other, so we're spreading the sitting bones. And then exhale, pulling baby up into the body, creating space in the spine. Good, let's come back to neutral. Deep inhale here. Let's extend our right leg straight back, either onto the bolster or hovering up. Drawing the right hip down so our hips are even, our front hips are even to the floor. Extending your left hand either in front of you on fingertips. So we're balancing on the right palm and the left knee. Feel free to extend the arm out in front of you as well. So deep inhale, extending. Exhale, rolling the back up just a little bit to firm the elbow and the knee in towards each other, towards baby. Inhale to extend out. Again, drawing it in. A little crunch here. This is our sunbird. Deep inhale, extending out. Exhale, balancing, drawing them in towards each other. Extend it out and in. Let's extend it out one more time. And then draw it in. And release our hand and our knee down. Good, maybe roll it out. Come up off the hands a little bit. Coming back into tabletop. Extend our right leg back onto the bolster. Good. Our left leg is going to extend out to the side, to the left side. We're going to press into the left palm. Make sure it's in line with your left knee. Rolling open. Back heels down on the bolster. rolling open to our right side body this time, extending up through the arm. Good, creating space, drawing the sacrum down the body towards that right heel. Good, pushing your tailbone into the body. Deep inhale here. Stay for the exhale, softening the ribs. Inhale, we're gonna shift our right foot out just a little bit further, lifting up very carefully into our Parigasana, or gate pose, lifting the arms straight up. Deep inhale here. Good. Drawing our hip in towards the body. Exhale, very carefully release your right arm down onto your right outer thigh, and then begin to just bending a little bit towards the right side body, opening that left side body up. And deep inhale, opening the shoulder up, pulling it back just a little bit. Stay for the exhale. Keep breathing. Inhale, maybe hovering the right arm up. And we're reaching. Exhale, very carefully releasing, rotating to release the left arm back down. Then right arm comes down, bringing the left foot back in, and then pulling that right knee back in. And deep inhale here. And exhale. Okay, so let's go ahead and walk our hands and our body up just a little bit, so that way we don't run into our bolster. Let's inhale. Let's step our left foot out, followed by our right foot. And here we are in plank now. So tailbone draws down towards the back of the heels. We're firming those arms in towards each other, pressing evenly into the palm. You can press the fingertips into the floor. Those are your breaks. A deep inhale here, rooting down, grounding through the floor. Release the toes around. I like to keep my ankles nice and straight, and then move my ankles around, bounce around so they don't get too stiff. So keeping your front thighs nice and strong. And deep inhale here. Exhale, lifting the hips up and back, bending the knees, pressing into the floor, pressing the spine up, straight back towards the sky. So we're creating nice space in the spine here. Pressing, drawing the arms in towards each other. Triceps are spinning down towards the floor, towards the back legs. Pressing evenly into the inner palms as well. Pressing sacrum up, up, up. And deep inhale here. Let's bend our right knee. We're gonna press our body just a little bit to our right side, to our right corner. Then we're gonna rotate our right shoulder down towards the floor and open towards the big opening on the left side. Deep inhale here. And stretching out our left leg on the outer leg just a little. Stay for the exhale. And deep inhale, come back to center. And then let's go ahead and bend our left knee. Same thing, we're gonna move our hips to our left side. Straighten in the right leg. Deep inhale. Pressing our left shoulder towards the opening on the right side. Twisting just a little bit. Deep inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. Good, let's shift forward one more time into our inhale, into our plank. Hips come up and back. Back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. So let's open our feet up just a little bit wider, so maybe about the width of the mat. We're gonna take a deep inhale here. Make sure that you're close to your bolster, so the heels are close to your bolster, but it allows space so you can put your heels down. Let's deep inhale here. Press, and then exhale, begin to bend the knees and walk the hands straight back, creating space, nice openness here, sitting the hips straight down onto your bolster into Malasana. So your knees are open here, make sure your toes follow the knees. So if your knees are open, toes need to face in the same exact direction so we protect our knees. Deep inhale here, bring your hands to heart center, pressing the elbows into your knees, opening, reaching up, lifting through the center body, so we're lifting our heart up, opening through the collarbone, opening the legs, let them just soften. Find balance, find ease in this position. Exhale, soften the ribs down. Noticing how you're feeling. Maybe you're building just a little bit of heat up at this point. And deep inhale, let's extend our right arm out to the side, past the knee, so it's floating, but above the feet. And deep inhale, twisting to our left side, we're gonna extend our left arm up towards the left corner. Deep inhale here, keeping our legs nice and open. Stay for the exhale. Inhale one more time here. And exhale, releasing the arm back down. Come back to our Anjali hands, so hands to heart center. Pressing the knees open. Make sure the feet are still following. Find your breath. And when you're ready, let's extend the left arm. Same thing. Left arm is going to come floating, opening that left knee. A deep inhale, release the right arm straight up towards the sky, extending it. And we're twisting to our right side body. Deep inhale here, keeping the right knee open. Stay for the exhale, softening the shoulders, keep reaching up. The right arm. Exhale, release the right arm down, back to praying hands. A deep inhale, release the hands down. Exhale, pressing into the floor. You can do fingertips. You can also have your blocks close to you. We're going to come up and then re-parallel our feet to our halfway lift. I like to take my hands and place them very softly on the shins. So we're lifting the heart forward. This is Ardha Uttanasana. Heart's lifting forward. Baby is nice and pulled into the belly. Good. Our hips are nice and they're bent, the hip flexors, so we're not firming anything too much. Opening the backs of the legs up. Deep inhale. Exhale, go ahead and release down, bending the knees into our forward fold, our Uttanasana. And grab your elbows. You can sway side to side. Deep inhale into the back. Exhale, release. Releasing the neck down. Deep inhale, lift the heart back up, halfway lift. Very carefully coming all the way up, extending the arms out to the side, palms facing out and up, and reaching the arms straight up overhead, reaching up through the side body, pulling the tailbone down. Exhale, release the hands to heart center. Perfect. Samastiti. Okay, so for this position, I want you guys to just realign yourself. So make sure that you are pressing evenly into the feet, lift the toes up. Good, we're gonna move our feet in just a moment, but just find this nice neutral stance here. I like to pull the tailbone down, firm the inner thighs in together, spin the inner thighs back just a little bit, keeping our legs facing forward. And lifting up through the center body, through the crown of the head, pressing the hands in together, opening the shoulder blades, opening the shoulders, softening the ribs into your body. And deep inhale here. And exhale, Ujjayi. Good. Go ahead and heel toe your feet together, maybe a little close together, about an inch apart or touching as well. And a deep inhale here, you're gonna lift your left knee up, just coming up onto the tips of the toes. So firming the tailbone, keep that right hip nice and strong into the body. So pulling the sitting bones, the outer hips in towards each other, pressing the palms in together. Deep inhale, lengthening up. So our weight is on our right heel, our right foot, evenly on the right foot. Extend from the hip, the right knee out, the left knee, out to the side. Deep inhale here, maybe lifting the foot up onto the shin, finding balance here. Pressing the foot into the shin back into the foot. So we're lifting, drawing that energy into the center of the body. Deep inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, softening. Good, find your balance. Inhale, bring the knee back forward, release the left foot back to the floor. Good, maybe shake it out a little bit. Good, you guys. Okay, same thing we're gonna do with the other side. So lifting, pressing into the palms, lifting, shifting our weight to our left foot, and then lifting the right knee up to tippy toes, maybe the tippy of the big toe. And deep inhale here, exhale, draw that knee out to the side, so we're externally rotating away from the body, pulling the tailbone in, drawing everything into the center of the body. Deep inhale here, lengthening up, maybe lifting the foot up onto the shin, not the knee, maybe make sure that you stay below on the shin. Pressing the foot into the shin, shin back into the foot, drawing the energy center. Deep inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, release. The foot back to the floor. Good, deep inhale. Bring the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, bending the knees, folding forward, releasing the hands either to a block. I suggest using a block here. And deep inhale, let's bend the right knee, pressing into the floor of the block with the right palm. We're going to take a deep inhale, extending our left arm up, twisting to the left side. Deep inhale here. Stretching out that left leg, nice and straight. Exhale, release it back down. Straighten the legs, same thing on the other side. Maybe coming up halfway for a moment. Deep inhale, create space. Exhale, hands come back down, forward fold, pressing our palm into the floor. Bending the left knee, deep inhale, twisting to the right side, lifting the right arm up towards the sky maybe, or keeping it on your hip. And deep inhale here, pressing back. And exhale, release the hand back down, straighten the legs, remove your block. We're going to bend the knees and then walk our hands back out, coming into our down dog. Pressing our hips up and back, make sure that you're pulling the arms in together, triceps are facing back, pressing into the floor, lifting the hips up, creating a nice straight line from your wrist all the way up to the sacrum. Good. Inhale into the back body, the side body. Deep inhale, pressing. Keep baby nice and firm in the belly. Good. Exhale. Good. Deep inhale here. Let's lift our right leg straight up. So feel free to bend your left knee if you need to, lifting the right leg up from the inner thigh. So we're rotating the inner thigh up. Deep inhale here. Keep pressing into the floor, lifting back. And then exhale, draw the knee into the outer side of your right side body, and then place your foot on the outside of your right hand. And then we're going to lower our left knee down to the floor, uncurl the back toes. Deep inhale here. You can walk your left arm in just a little bit. Deep inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, pressing into the floor with your right palm. We're going to inhale just to lift a little bit to the left side. Deep inhale, twisting to the open side. Stay for the exhale. And deep inhale. Exhale, release the hand back down. And this time what we're going to do is take a deep inhale to lengthen up through the crown of the head. Drawing that right hip back just a little bit. We're going to open the knee up to the side and lift the toes and allow them to follow the knee. So your knee, wherever your knee points, you want to make sure your toes point. We're going to lift our right arm up and then press our arm or our forearm into the right knee. So we're opening that hip up. Feel free to also come onto your forearm here if that feels good to you. So we're letting our left hip dip towards the floor, opening the right knee up. Deep inhale here, find comfort in this maybe so uncomfortable position. So we're stretching our right hip, the outer hip, and then also to our hip flexor on our left side, so this little hip flexor right here. Deep inhale, maybe moving a little bit in this position. Exhale, 2 more breaths. Deep inhale here. Exhale, allow softness. Have the inside of my foot lifting just a little bit. And then when you're ready, bring the knee back in, toe follows, so pointing forward. Place your right hand on the floor, lifting up to your left hand if you were on your elbow. And then we're going to inhale, curl the back toes under, lifting that back knee up, pressing into the front heel. We're going to come right up into our crescent pose. Deep inhale here, drawing the right hip back, making sure that the front knee is pointed to the middle of the front foot. And deep inhale, firming the tailbone down. This is a little bit of a back bend, so we want to be sure that we're not dumping into our lower back, because that happens when we have baby pulling on us. It just pulls like this, so we want to pull it in. A deep inhale here. And exhale, release your back heel down to the floor. The left arm is going to come out to the side, straighten the front leg, and then we're going to pull that front toe parallel to the left side. A deep inhale here, lifting the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center, folding forward into our Prasarita Padottanasana. Deep inhale here. Hands are released to the floor. Be sure to keep a little bend in the knees. Make sure that you're not hyperextending your legs. And then your kneecaps and your front thighs are lifting up. So we're opening up the backs of the legs. I like to sway side to side, just very carefully lifting. So we're tipping forward from our hips. Our hips are just moving over top. And deep inhale and forward. So our sitting bones are pressing back, but we're even on our feet. And the outer edges of the feet, make sure that they're sealing into the floor. So deep inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, release the hands onto the hips. We're going to bring the body back up. Deep inhale here. And then exhale, extend your feet out to the side, bending the knees, coming into our goddess pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Deep inhale here, lifting the hands up, straight up, out to the side. Palms are facing the floor. Knees are facing out. Deep inhale here, lengthen up through the spine. And then exhale, softening the ribs in. Deep inhale, lift the hips. Knees up, arms come up straight to the sky. Exhale, rebending, sinking back into our goddess pose. Palms face the floor. Deep inhale to lift up. Exhale, sink back down. Deep inhale up. 3 more times. Sink back down. Lifting up. Good, reaching through the body. Exhale, sink back down, opening the hips up, moving side to side this time. And deep inhale, come back up. Exhale, extend the arms out to the side. Let's move side to side. Just swaying side to side. Deep inhale, come back up. Repivot the toes forward. Bring your hands to heart center, tipping over the pelvis, firming the front thighs. We're going to come back into our Prasarita. Forward fold, wide stance. Let's move side to side. Deep inhale here. Exhale, release your hands lift them to your hips, and then lifting all the way up to standing pose. Extend your arms straight up in front of you. Extend them out to the side. We're going to twist from the hip, moving our knee towards the front on the right foot, facing forward. So our front heel is nice in line with the back arch. A deep inhale here, lifting the upper body up off the pelvis, and then sink into that front knee. Make sure that your knee is pointed over the center of your toe, front foot. Deep inhale. Exhale, releasing your left arm down to the back of the side of the left thigh, keeping your back leg nice and firm, lifting away from the floor. We're going to reach overhead with that right arm to Viparita. Deep inhale here, lifting the right shoulder up towards the sky so our palm is facing us, wrapping around the body, sinking a little bit deeper into that front knee. Deep inhale. Exhale, circle the arms back up, coming back into your Vira 2. Deep inhale here. Exhale, release the left arm spinning forward. We're lifting the back heel up, and then we're going to place the palms on the floor, pressing into the floor, lifting that right foot into the body, and then straight back to meet the left foot, coming back into our down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pressing into the floor, creating space in the spine, lifting the sacrum up. Make sure you're firming the arms in together, spinning the triceps back, maybe pedaling out. Keep baby firm right into the body. Deep inhale, pressing into the floor. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to lift our left leg straight up. Feel free to bend the right knee, lifting from the inner thigh of the back leg. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the knee to the outer arm, left arm, and then place your foot on the outside of your left hand. Release your right knee to the floor, uncurling the toes. Deep inhale here. Pressing into the left palm. We're going to inhale and twist to the right side just as much as your body will allow. Reaching up or reaching to the side, just a little bit of a twist here, pulling that right hip into the body. So we're pulling the legs in towards each other, towards the center. Deep inhale. Exhale, release the right arm back down. Remember, we're going to open the left knee up and lift the toes up and make sure that your toes follow your left knee. Deep inhale, go ahead and press either with your hand, or you can come onto your elbow and then press with either your hand or your forearm, opening up that left hip. Deep inhale here. Maybe moving in this position, finding ease. Deep inhales. Exhale, softening the ribs, finding ease here. Deep inhale, lengthening. Exhale, release the knee back towards the body. Bring the toes coming back up onto the hands. Deep inhale here. Curl the back toes to lift the back right thigh up off the floor. Let's lift up, pressing from the front heel, coming into our crescent pose. Deep inhale here, lifting up through the side body. Drawing that right hip forward, left hip back. Remember, we're pulling and lifting up through the center. Deep inhale. Exhale, release the left or the right heel down towards the floor. We're going to extend the arms out to the side, coming into our Virabhadrasana 2. Deep inhale here, lifting up off the pelvis. Make sure that the front left knee is pointed over the middle of the front toe. Good, pulling that, tucking that left hip under. Exhale, straighten that left knee. We're going to twist the toes forward so they're parallel to the other toes. Arms are extended out to the side. Deep inhale here. Exhale, reach the arms up, palms face each other. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. No folding forward this time. This time we're just going to pull the tailbone down towards the floor. Deep inhale here, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Exhale, let's release the feet, the toes out to the side. So coming back into our goddess pose, sinking down. Deep inhale here, moving side to side. So shifting to the right side, shifting to the left side, shifting to the right for 3, 4, and 5. Good. Standing up, sinking down. Standing up, sinking down. Keep pressing into the palms. Standing up. 2 more times. Sinking down, standing up, and sinking down. Good. Stand back up. Turn the feet in so you're parallel. Deep inhale, hands come up. Exhale, go ahead and swan dive as the arms extend out to the side and then down towards the floor. Back into our Prasarita Padottanasana, our wide forward fold. Moving side to side, opening the hamstrings up the back of the legs. Remember, keeping the front thighs lifted, kneecaps lifted, sealing the outer edge. If it's not sealed, maybe walk the feet in just a little bit here. Keeping baby nice and firm. Deep inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands to the hips and then stand all the way back up again. Deep inhale, extend the arms up and out to the side, palms face the floor. We're gonna lift the left toes from the knee all the way to the hip, out in front of us. So it's facing to the front of the mat. Deep inhale, extending, lifting through the back leg. Exhale, sinking down into that left hip. Deep inhale here. Exhale, releasing the right arm to the back thigh. Inhale, lifting the left arm up and overhead. Lifting the shoulder up, opening the shoulder, keeping the leg, the right leg lifting up away from the floor, sealing the outer edge of the leg. Keep the left knee pointed towards the second toe. Exhale, arms come out, back to the side. Inhale here. And exhale, release the left arm down. We're going to spin around, lifting the back heel up, all the way down to the floor, pressing into the floor, lifting the left knee up, and then foot to meet the right foot. Deep inhale here, pressing into our Adho Mukha Svanasana, lifting the hips straight up, creating a nice neutral spine here. Realigning ourselves, so arms pulling in together. Good. And exhale. Maybe widen the feet, bending the knees, walking the feet forward, all the way to the front of the mat. Deep inhale here, lifting halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, grabbing the elbows, maybe swaying side to side. Giving baby space between the legs just to fall, keeping the belly firm though, lifting up. Deep inhale, very slowly and carefully lifting up, using your back, nice and strong back to lift all the way up. Good, deep inhale here. Extend the arms out to the side, straight up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Let's heel toe the feet in together again. So deep inhale, let's sink the hips back, coming into our Utkatasana. So hips are gonna come back. We're pressing our shins back too, so our knees stay back behind the toes. Hips pull back, belly, baby, firm up and in. We're lifting through the center of the body, lifting up through the arms, the side body. Palms are facing each other, so triceps are spinning forward like this. Deep inhale here. Hips are tipping over top. Pelvis is tipping over the legs, but our belly is nice and firm. So when we have baby, again, remember baby is pulling forward. Just in general, our body likes to back bend here, right? This is the easiest part for our body to bend. So with baby, it just pulls a little bit more, puts a lot of pressure on that lower back. So we want to pull baby in. If that means standing up just a little bit, that's absolutely fine. Keep reaching. Exhale, standing up, bring your hands to heart center. Okay, so shift your weight to your right foot. You're going to take a deep inhale here. Lift your hands straight up. Lift your knee. Cross it over top of your right leg. Begin to bend the right knee, right? So we're coming into like a little Utkatasana here. Sink the hips back just a little bit. If you feel that it feels okay for your body, you can wrap your left leg all the way around the calf of your right leg, the standing leg. Deep inhale here. Extend the arms out to the side, drawing your right arm over top of your left arm. Deep inhale here and all the way around. So we're wrapping into our Garudasana, our eagle pose. And deep inhale, lifting the hands and the elbows up, pulling up through the center of the body. So we're lifting, drawing everything into the center of the body. Lifting up, creating space. Deep inhale here. Exhale, unwrap that left leg and step straight back. Good, nice. Don't be too wide here, so we want to make sure that we're a little bit closer stance into our crescent pose. Deep inhale here, extend the arms out to the side and straight up. Good. Lifting up through the center body, lifting the left leg up away from the floor, pulling the tailbone down. Extend the left heel towards the floor, so our right heel is in line with our left arch. And deep inhale, extend the arms out to the side. Perfect. Extend forward just a little bit. We're going to lower our right hand to our thigh, or we can release our forearm to our thigh. Deep inhale to reach up overhead. Exhale, sinking a little bit deeper, making sure that front knee is not going over the toe. So we're pulling our sacrum into our body, creating a nice straight line from our heel all the way up to our arm. In this position, I highly suggest not to firm the arm too much. So we want to create a little bit of maybe ease in the arm, so relaxation in the arm. So we're opening the shoulder. Think about reaching with the elbow, lifting up. Exhale, very carefully coming back up, out of our Parsvottanasana, back into our Vira 2. Deep inhale here. Exhale, bringing the left arm up. We're twisting back towards the front, lifting the back heel up. Shorten your stance just a little bit, very carefully, and then release that left heel towards the floor, straightening the front knee. Good, releasing the hands to the hips. Deep inhale here. So we're pulling our right hip back, our left hip forward. So we want our hips, both of our hip bones to be nice and even to the front of the mat. Feel free to grab a block here. I highly suggest to grab a block. And deep inhale here. Extend the arms straight up and overhead. Flip the palms down towards the floor, extending the arms back behind you, maybe clasping them or grabbing your elbows here. We're just going to come into some little dips. So keeping the front knee just a very soft bend. You can bend it as much as feels comfortable to you. We're just going to pull the right hip back, pulling the legs in towards each other, keeping the belly pulled in as we just dip just a little bit forward. Deep inhale. Exhale to release forward. Inhale to come up. Exhale, begin to dip forward. So we're drawing our chin, a little bit of a twist here. We're drawing our chin and our body towards that right foot. Deep inhale, come back up. And keep space in the right side body. So keep that right hip pulling back. Deep exhale, inhale, and exhale, coming back into our fold. And deep inhale one more time. Exhale, back down, releasing our left hand towards the block, the highest level. A deep inhale here. Exhale, releasing your right arm just out to the side. And then if feels comfortable, you can twist just a little bit, opening the shoulders up to the right side. Deep inhale here, just a little bit of a twist. Pulling up through the side body, pulling the body into the center, into that center line, lifting up through the spine. Exhale, release the right arm down. Coming back up, you can bring your hands to your hips. And deep inhale here, lifting the hands back up, rebending into that front knee. Exhale, release your maybe block off to the side. Hands come to heart center. And stepping up, pressing from our heel of our front foot. We're going to press back up to meet the right foot. Left foot comes up to the right foot. So deep inhale here. Exhale, rebend, coming back, bend the knees, sit the hips back, coming back into our Utkatasana. So reaching up, keeping the baby in the belly nice and firm into the body, creating space in the body, in the side body, in the spine, softening the shoulders down, not pulling them down, but letting them soften away from the neck, creating space in the neck. Exhale, hands to heart center, standing back up. Okay, so we're going to shift our weight now to the left side. So shifting our weight to our left foot, make sure that we open the toes here. We're pressing evenly into the foot. Deep inhale here, lifting that right knee up, crossing it over top of your left leg, maybe possibly wrapping it all the way around. Your hands are still at heart center. Good, and then pull that right hip back so our hips are nice and even to the front again, okay? Hips are sinking back just a little bit, same as like Utkatasana. Deep inhale, extend the arms straight up, out to the side, and this time you can wrap your right arm underneath your left arm or bring the backs of the palms together, whichever feels comfortable to you. Pulling into the center of the body, so keeping baby nice and firm into the body. Lifting up, lifting the elbows straight up. Good, reaching in front of you. Creating space in the spine and the back. Deep inhale here. Exhale, unwrap that right leg and then step back into your crescent pose, a shorter crescent pose. Deep inhale, extend the arms out to the side, lifting them straight up. Realign your hips, so pulling that left hip back, pulling the sacrum down, and then begin to straighten the right hip or the right leg away from the floor. Relaxing that back heel. And deep inhale here. Exhale, twisting your right heel towards the floor. Arms come out to the side. Deep inhale here. Exhale, begin to shift forward. Release your left arm onto your knee and extend straight up and over into your Parsvottanasana. Side extended. Reach, deep reach. Opening the shoulder up to the side, up towards the sky, sealing the outer edge of the right foot. Deep inhale, coming back up to your Vira 2. Good, and we're going to begin to twist, so extend the right arm forward, lifting the back heel up. You can shorten your stance a little bit here. Deep inhale, realign your hips, pull your tailbone down, reaching up, spreading the collarbone here. And exhale, we're going to release our right heel towards the floor. You can bring your hands to your hip and then straighten that left leg, okay? So keep a very subtle baby bend in that left leg. Pulling the hips in towards each other, pulling that left hip back, right hips forward so our hips are even to the front. Bend the knee, grab your block if you need to. Place it on the inside of the left foot, okay? So deep inhale, arms come straight up, palms face each other. Exhale, extend the palms down, reach out away, extend the arms behind you. Grab maybe opposite elbows this time. So switch your grip. And deep inhale here, lengthen up. Exhale, begin to fold forward just a little bit, pulling that left hip back, pulling both legs in towards the center body. And then inhale very carefully, coming up, keeping our body nice and neutral. Exhale. exhale, coming back into our fold, rebending that left knee. Be sure not to round the spine, so just come down just enough to keep your spine nice and neutral. A deep inhale. We're all just looking for that same feeling, a little bit of energy building up into that left side body. And you come back down. Inhale, coming up. Keep rooting down with that inner foot on the left foot, the front foot. And exhale, come back down. Keep pulling that left hip back. And deep inhale one more time. Re-lengthen up, keep the right hip forward. And exhale, release back down. Release the arms, maybe placing the right palm on the block. Deep inhale, extending the left arm out to the side, maybe possibly beginning to twist just a little bit to the left side, just a little bit. Deep inhale here. Keep that left hip pulling back. Inhale, release the left arm down. Come back up. You may move your block, coming back up. And then exhale, bend the left knee. Bring that right leg to meet the left leg. Deep inhale, extend the arms out to the side, lifting it back up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, come back up. Swan dive forward. Maybe opening the feet up just a little bit, creating space for baby. And go ahead and press the hands into the floor. We're going to walk the feet back and then come back into our down dog. Adho Mukha. A deep inhale here. Exhale. Great. Press into the floor. Releasing the knees down to the floor. We're going to bring our toes to touch, opening our knees up, so creating a nice space right here. We're just going to allow our hips to come back and then allow our belly just to fall into the space, and then allow the forehead to come onto the floor possibly. You can also too use your block and stay up just a little bit higher. Maybe if you need a little bit more space here. We just want to settle here. So allow the shoulders to soften, the forehead just to soften wherever it may be. Deep inhale. Exhale, sinking into the floor. And 2 more breaths here, breathing into the back body. Again, taking notice of the way you're feeling. Maybe how baby's feeling. Maybe baby's taking a nap right now. Go ahead and remove your block if you have your block. Deep inhale, let's come back up. Tabletop. Lift the hips up and back, curling the toes under. We're coming last time in our Adho Mukha Svanasana. So keep pressing into the floor, lifting the hips up. This is our final pose, facing down. And go ahead and release the knees to the floor. We'll sit back onto the hips, and then very carefully, I like to press my left hand into the floor, and then you can scoot the legs out to the side and forward. So now we're in a seated position. So we're gonna roll back. We're gonna go into our backs. I suggest grabbing your bolster and grabbing your blocks. Here's a little trick. You can take your blocks and place one block on its side, so it's a little bit higher up and not the tallest position, maybe the medium, so on the long side. And then you can also either use your other block and place it flat, or just use the one block and grab your bolster, depending on what kind of bolster you have. If you have something that's not as stable, I suggest grabbing the other block and just placing it flat, so that way then you're creating this little like stabilization underneath. So I'm going to just use this because mine's a little bit stronger. And then place your bolster on top, and so you're creating like this this declined seat. So deep inhale here, lifting up, and then exhale, go ahead and roll back. Your knees can be facing up. Make sure you're in a nice stable position here. My feet are flat on the floor, my knees are facing up. Inhale, creating space, letting the arms just go to the sides. Exhale, I'm just going to release my legs. I'm going to open my legs up and then release my knees in towards the middle. So fallen bridge, my knees are falling, collapsing towards each other. Just find ease here. So deep inhale, keep breathing. Exhale, softening. Allowing yourself just to settle, to soften. Inhale, walk the feet back in. We're going to extend the legs to the left side, so letting them fall to the left side very carefully. Make sure that you're nice and comfortable. Actually, extend your right leg out and then let your left knee fall to the left side. Deep inhale here. Bring your left knee in and cross it over top of your right thigh. It's straight out in front of you. And then you're just going to begin to walk your right knee up towards you. So this is a laying pigeon position. So you want to flex your left foot up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, and make sure that your knee is not curled in, so we're not smashing baby. We want to create space here. So allow your left arm to just press on the knee. Keep your toe flexed up towards the ceiling. Deep inhale. My right foot is flat on the floor. My knee is straight up. Inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing. You can allow your right arm to be open, palm up on the floor. Inhale, release the left arm. You can walk the right foot back out and then release that left leg. Straighten the left leg out this time. We're going to draw the right knee up towards the sky and extend the knee to the right side. Deep inhale here. And when you're ready, you can bring the right knee back up. You can cross the left leg over top of the left thigh and let the knee begin to fall out to the side. Walk the left foot in, so your knee is facing up, and then make sure that you're flexing your right foot, so the foot that's up. And here we come back to our seated or laying pigeon. Supta pigeon. Deep inhale here. Feel free to open the knee up, opening that right hip up. Just be sure that you don't let the left hip ride up, so you want to keep drawing both hips down. Keep the right foot flexed. Just relax here. See if you can relax and soften. Feel free to move the leg back and forth. I like to sway my supporting leg back and forth. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, release the right hand down. Go ahead and walk that left foot down again, and then release the right foot back to the floor, extending it out. Deep inhale here. Lifting the arms straight up, and then bringing them up overhead. So alongside the ears, reaching up, reaching the toes out. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center, let them open out to the side. Feet just fall out in front of you, and if they want to fall to the side, just let them be. So just let everything in this moment soften. And deep inhale here. Exhale. If it feels good to bring your knees in, you can lay in a open knee, so a butterfly pose as well, whichever feels good and comfortable to you. This is going to be your final pose. Your resting pose, your shavasana. Keep breathing. Just let the face, the jaw relax. Let the shoulders open. Let the neck relax, maybe moving the head side to side. Noticing again how you're feeling, how your body is feeling, how baby is feeling. Is baby moving around? Is baby sleeping? Feel free to place your hands over your belly too, maybe holding your baby, hugging him or her, them. And keep breathing. Soften the jaw, soften the eyebrows. And then when you're ready, go ahead and slowly come up. So pressing your palms into the floor, pulling your elbows back to press the palms to lift your upper body. You can bend your knees, cross your legs, very carefully twisting to the side. You can maybe lifting your bolster up to remove the block and then sitting on top of your bolster once again. Let's all meet in a comfortable position, maybe elevate it up like we started. I'm going to end in Sukhasana like I started. Inhale, bringing my hands to my chest. I'll take a moment to let you get settled. And when you're ready, inhale, breathing into the spine, softening the face once again. Noticing the energy your body is feeling at this moment. Exhale, drawing the chin down to the chest. Om is the sound of silence. And silence is what we need to see deeper into ourselves, our deeper being. Om is the sound of silence that we need no matter where we are. We need it internally and externally. And a deep inhale, all together. Let's say Om together. Deep inhale. And exhale. Raise your hands up towards your third eye. I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to lead you through this beautiful practice today. I hope it brought you some ease and some comfort during this time of change for you. I encourage you to practice daily if you can, leading up to the point when baby is ready to come and embrace you with its presence. This is wonderful to do. It allows you to focus on yourself, create a beautiful environment for the baby, a nice, safe way of being for delivery and for just finding just nice softness within. Again, thank you. I'm honored to be here to lead you and be here through these changes with you. Namaste.